Hey, Dan with Guardian Mold Prevent here. I want to take a look with you at a home in Frankfort, Illinois that has a severe black mold problem in the basement. What has happened here is that the home was actually foreclosed on and the bank took possession of this property. And unfortunately, some pipes broke in the ceiling of the basement or below the first floor and caused some severe flooding and quite a bit of damage in the basement of the home. As you can see, the mold has developed all over the surfaces of the drywalled walls, and in many areas of this basement, it has grown from floor to ceiling and has taken over entire walls, causing quite a bit of damage. Now, in other areas of the basement that we'll look at, you'll notice that there isn't mold floor to ceiling, but rather, 4 foot up off the ground. But then there is some sporadic growth that develops in different areas, and there's no rhyme or reason to that. Once the moisture content in the air of the basement is at a very high level, and the mold spores have already taken hold, the mold will start to grow in erratic patterns all over the basement and essentially making the air quality intolerable for humans. And black mold can also cause mycotoxins, which can be very harmful. Now, when we look at a basement, we're talking about 3 different types of material. You've got porous material, so you got drywall, trim, insulation, pressed fiberboard, paneling, items that are porous. And then we break down the other items into semi-porous, which would be wood framing, and non-porous materials like concrete foundation walls and floor. We make a distinction between the 3 different types of surfaces or materials that are in a basement because we handle those 3 surfaces differently when we're talking about remediation. Now, in this basement, negative air pressure needs to be set up, so you would put an air machine in, run it under negative pressure in the basement to keep the air from exchanging with the rest of the living space while the mold remediation work is being done. Then all of the porous material, so the drywall, trim, insulation, all needs to be disposed of, removed and disposed of. Then the semi-porous and non-porous surfaces need to be treated with the biocide, scrubbed, and then coated with a mold-resistant coating. We'll take a look at an example of what that mold-resistant coating will look like after it's been applied. In this picture, you can see the wall has been, the porous material has been removed. The framing and the foundation walls, which are your semi and non-porous surfaces, have been scrubbed, coated with a mold-resistant coating. And then one item to make a note of, one of the things that will set apart a mold remediation contractor from just Joe Handyman that can come in and take care of your mold issue is that a mold remediation firm will make sure that they address your air quality concerns. When you've got porous material that are affected with mold growth, it's very easy to cause a major mold problem in the air. So this is a air scrubber that we're looking at, and it's run the entire length of the project.